Do you think if someone doesn't have the opportunities as others, they can succeed? Of course. Of course, Victor. That's what makes you you. You don't want to be comfortable, Victor. You don't want to be rich and comfortable. You don't want to be born rich and comfortable. There's a certain sense of comfortability that people have that holds them back for being hungry. If you are hungry for that success, you're willing to do anything so that you can reach that success. If you're not hungry and you're comfortable and you live a lavish life and you've got the best education, why would you aim any further? It takes grit and it takes courage to be successful. And I mean successful. I don't mean, oh, you're making 400,000 a year. That's awesome. I mean, you're making multimillionaire, billionaire status successful because that's your desire. If you have that desire, that means you in the future are able to do that. Your heart doesn't give you desires just to give you desires. Your heart gives you desires because it already knows your capability. These struggles that we have is what creates our character. It's what creates our story in order for us to help others, to serve others, and to provide the best kind of business we know how. I have a value of integrity in my business. I have a certain standard in my business. If I didn't have the hardships that I did, I would not have the value of integrity in my business. And people who are looking for integral businesses would not find me. And clients that I'm looking for, that is looking for integral, pristine, excellent business, I could not find because that's not what I stand for. Your word is everything. Your values is everything. You will know, you will notice as you develop your business, you are developing your self character, your self value. And we went over this in class, I remember, about what kind of leader you want to be, what kind of values you want to hold. It's that foundational to who you are and who your business is. You see Mark Cuban, right? If you know of him, you see Nike, you see very high, like functioning, very successful businesses. Those business owners, like Apple, um, I'm drawing a blank. Who was Apple's original creator? I forgot his name. But they are such high quality people. Every single one of them has such a like confident and high value. Like they stand for their value no matter what. And there's a difference between a person like you and a person who didn't develop their character, who didn't stand for their values. And it makes all that different. Maybe you make maybe you make $100,000 every year for the next 10 years. And you're not mad about it. You have enough, more than enough money for the car you want at the time, the house you want at the time. You know you want a mansion later on, but you're just not making that money for that mansion. You know you will, but you're just not doing it right now. That doesn't mean you lose your character. It doesn't mean you lose your value. And of course, you never give up. Then At your 10th year, you make your $1 million mark. How did that happen all of a sudden? Did it happen all of a sudden? No. It took you 10 years of developing and maintaining your character for you to reach that 10th mark, 10-year mark, and you became a multimillionaire. So it's not just like you have these circumstances and they're against you. You have these circumstances and they're for you. That's your story and where you came up from. No one cannot take a step forward. And that's all that is asked of you, taking one step at a time. Don't don't back up, don't deviate and settle. Take it one step at a time. Make sure you feed yourself, make sure you take care of yourself, make sure you get an additional job if you need to take care of your business but also need to make a little bit more money. But make sure within your development of your business and your character, you are always pursuing at one step at a time, building and building, one brick at a time. You are building yourself and you're building your business. Like, if you are good at something, can you start a business? Of course. Of course, you can start a business if you're good at something, even if you're not good at something. Like if you're old. Yes, yes. There's no way not to start a business whenever you want it. Your goal is not to start a business so you can make money. Your goal to start a business is to express yourself, is to express your joy and to serve others through that joy. Like you are starting that business because that is what brings you the most joy. Like right now, this is my business. My business is coaching others. My business is advising others. My business is helping people invest their money properly in real estate. That brings me so much joy. And I wasn't always good at it. And I started it, in 5 years after I thought I was going to go to med school, but my life turned towards what I'm good at, which is coaching, which is advising and buying and selling homes. So it really does not matter how old you are. As long as you express your joy, if you can express your joy by serving others with a good or a service, that's your business right there. And that is your function. I'm only teaching you guys how to live your function. Do you think getting a job for 9 to 5 so you can feed your family and feed your children, do you think that's what you were born to do? Do you think that's your true function? And then you take vacations after a couple months so that you can release all of that tension from working a job that you don't like. Do you think that's the life that your heart set out for you? Don't think of it in terms of, can I be successful? Think of it in terms of, how can I express my heart? How can I express my joy? You, like, there's nothing stopping you from developing a skill. This skill of coaching, you guys, took a lot of self development, took about 3 years of a lot of inner work, but it didn't stop me. I still did it in the first year, I still did it in the second year, And now I'm doing it on the third year. And I can tell you I got a lot better. I could tell you, you guys are my third year batch, and you got one of my finest ways of teaching. But still, whatever I gave my first year was still valuable, was still worth it, and was still necessary. And time, you can say time is a way of seeing money. Yes, because poor people waste time. Wealthy people, now, wealthy people doesn't necessarily mean you have a certain amount in your bank account. Wealthy people means a way of living and a way of thinking. Wealthy people do not waste their time. Even if they have a moment of rest, they know how valuable that rest is. If they have an idea, they know how valuable it is to put that idea on pen and paper. They don't waste time for nothing because they know how valuable 1 hour of their life is, especially when you are making like $5,000 an hour. You don't waste that hour for nothing. My sleep is so valuable to me because if I do not sleep well, at least 6 to 7 hours, hopefully 8 to 9, then I lose at least 1 hour in the day where I lost function, I'm not focused, and I'm feeling grouchy and like I'm moving slower. Because my sleep is so important and valuable, I make sure that I don't waste my time and I get the amount of sleep because I know when I'm doing my work, it is so valuable for me to maintain focus and energy. Same thing here with you guys. Like, if I did not take care of myself, let's say I didn't have lunch, that hour break of lunch that I needed before this is what is allowing me to be present with you guys. Now, if I lost focus and I was slouching and I was like this, right? While I'm talking to you, even if it was just for a minute, I lost my integrity. I lost my standard. I lost what I stood for because that is not my business. That is not what my business stands for. So I value that time I take lunch. I value the time I sleep. I value the time where I'm reading about something that is going to help my business. And I value my fun. I value that I'm not a robot. And I do need times to balance out the times where I'm working with deep work and when I'm working with just admin, surface level work. So every hour, make sure it's going towards a good purpose for you. Even if it's rest, even if it's fun, all of that is necessary, but in a good balance because there is absolutely no time to waste. If you wasted a year of your life, you lost that year that you needed to develop yourself. So you have to take 2 years now. You see what I'm saying? And I had to learn that the hard way. I did waste a lot of my time. I wasted a lot of my years, which is why from here on out to the rest of my life, I know I won't do that again because it feels so good. It feels so blissful to value my time and to honor it. You know what I'm saying? No more questions. Thank you. Okay. Okay, no problem. I know it's a lot. When you talk about money, and I have that experience, it's a lot for people, especially adults. You guys are young, so it's easier for me because you are more likely to have an open heart. When you're an adult and you've lived a very frustrating, hard life, it's harder and you have a harder heart and you're not so open to information that will actually help you live your function. So I appreciate you guys, and we're at our last minute. It's my absolute pleasure to help you guys aim for success because you have success within you. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. Join me next